میں تو اوپر جا کے آفس میں تھوڑی دیر 10 منٹ لیٹ گیا تو کچھ ہوش حواس ٹھکانے آئے, اوسان ٹھکانے آئے. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد للہ نحمده ونستعینه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوکل علیہ ونعوذ باللہ من شرور انفسنا ومن سیئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد ان سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وحبيبنا وسندنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من صام رمضان وتحفظ مما ينبغي له أن يتحفظ منه كفر ما قبله. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ما قال ربنا وخالقنا ورازقنا من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. درود شریف پڑھیں سب. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. مبارک ہو مسلمانوں کہ پھر ماہ سیام آیا. مبارک ہو مسلمانوں کہ پھر ماہ سیام آیا. خدا کی رحمتوں اور برکتوں کا ازدحام آیا. زمانہ آ گیا کہ لطف باری عام اب ہوگا. زمانہ آ گیا کہ لطف باری عام اب ہوگا. خوشا قسمت کہ پھر سے موسم صیام و قیام آیا. حضرت مولانا صدیق احمد باندوی صاحب رحمۃ اللہ علیہ کا ایک قصیدہ ہے. اس میں حضرت یہ فرماتے ہیں, آگے کہتے ہیں یہی وہ مہینہ ہے جس میں ایک رات آئی جس میں خدا کا کلام آیا. بہت برکتوں والا مہینہ ہے. اللہ پاک ہمیں اس کی برکتوں سے نوازے اور اس کی قدر کرنے کی توفیق نصیب فرمائے. Respected elders, brothers, friends, young ones, Maulana Mubarak Sahab was stressing on the importance of taking care of ourselves and our children during Ramadan. Maulana Sahab was saying that last night 12 young men were coming from the town side while people were going from the masjid side. That means they did not pray their Taraweeh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them hidayat and the tawfiq to understand, realize the value of the month of Ramadan, the value of Taraweeh, the value of Roza fasting, and the value of Tilawat and Sadaqah Khairat fi sabilillah, and give them the tawfiq to practice. Give us all the tawfiq to practice. My dear brothers, this might be minor in regards to those who are neglecting the fast, the Roza altogether. Those who are not keeping Roza. You will see many Muslims who are not keeping Roza. And we've heard of some young ones who are going to school and they keep Roza, but they keep their Roza is home and away. It means that at home they get up for Sehri with their parents and do Sehri, pray Fajr Namaz as well, go back to sleep, wake up 8 o'clock, go to school. At lunchtime they sneak out, have some sandwiches, chocolates, drinks, crisps, whatever, go back to classes, and then 4 o'clock they're back home. Now they're Roza until Maghrib time. So at home they've got Roza and away they haven't got Roza. Now this is making fun of Roza, mockery of Roza. مذاق ہے تو روزے کا. اس پر تو زیادہ وعید ہے. There is more wa'id and warnings upon people who make fun of the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their iman is at risk. They could be falling into kufr, in denial. They could become kafir if you make fun of Roza like that. You have to be really, really careful. You have to show some respect to the month of Ramadan. Respect the month of Ramadan. Respect anything that is connected to Allah. ذلك ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب. जो कोई भी अल्लाह के शायर, अल्लाह की खास बातों, अल्लाह के अहकामात का अदब और रिस्पेक्ट करेगा, ये उसके दिल के तकवा की निशानी है. Whoever respects those commands which Allah has given, anything that is connected to Allah, then that is due to the taqwa of his heart. Because he's got taqwa, that's why he's showing respect. That's why he's showing respect to the masjid. That's why he's showing respect to the Quran. He's showing respect to the alim. He's showing respect to anything that is connected to Allah. He's showing respect to Roza, to Namaz, to Taraweeh, to the month of Ramadan. Anything that Allah has said, he's showing respect to it. This is because he's got taqwa in his heart. And you can guess the opposite of that. If you show no respect, then that means there is deficiency in your taqwa. If you want to develop that taqwa, you have to show some respect. Show some respect to salat, show some respect to roza, show some respect and adab and ihtiram and ta'zeem to taraweeh, to masjid, everything. Show respect to those who are sitting around you, reading Quran. You should show respect. Have that respect in you. So, my dear brothers, I want to warn those youngsters who are into these type of habits and who try to become revolutionaries, who try to instigate others to do the same as well, who try to make fun of those who are keeping rozas. Don't do that. Keep your rozas properly, show some respect. Otherwise, there is great warning for such people. Do you not know that hadith of mimbar in which Rasul Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam ascended the mimbar? On the first step he said Ameen, second step Ameen, third step Ameen. Sahaba asked, Ya Rasulullah, what was this? After Jummah khutbah was finished, Salah was finished. And he said, while I was going on the mimbar, Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam appeared before me. And he said, may that person be destroyed and doomed who got the month of Ramadan, but he did not get forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His attitude in Ramadan was exactly the same as it was before Ramadan. No change in his life. May that person be destroyed and doomed. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Ameen. And in another narration, Jibreel instructed him, say Ameen. And then he said Ameen. On the second step, Jibreel alayhi salam said, may that person be doomed whose both parents or one of them reached old age, but he did not do their khidmat and service and did not gain Jannat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah said, Ameen. His parents are old, he can do their khidmat, get forgiveness from Allah, get Jannat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he's not bothered. He doesn't care. He's careless, he's into his own business. Mind your own business. I'm young, I'm old, I've got my wife, I've got my life, I've got my house. Why should I worry about my parents? He's their old age, they can do whatever they want. They can go to old people's homes. I have nothing to do with them. Na'uz billah, tawbah, tawbah, astaghfirullah. This type of mentality, this attitude of the Guriyas is coming in our community. If you get this attitude, then you've got the bad-dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, bad-dua of Jibreel, and the Ameen of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May Allah protect us. May that person be doomed on the third step, in front of whom you are mentioned. But he is so careless that he doesn't even move his lips to recite durood on you. Even though you are mentioned before them, but he can't even read durood sharif, salat ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May that person be destroyed who is so careless and who is so ignorant and who has no love for you, who doesn't want to send durood and salam to you. Sahih hadith narrated by Hazrat Shaykh rahmatullahi alayhi in Fadail Ramadan. So, my dear brothers, when a person neglects the month of Ramadan, then he is attracting this dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May Allah give us some tawfiq to understand and to show some respect to the roza. We realize that the roza is quite long at the moment and we have to go through some difficulties. And I really have pity for my friends who go to work from morning till evening, 10 hours, 8 hours, hard work, maybe in hospital, maybe teaching in school, maybe somewhere else, hard work, building work or somewhere else, contractors, whatever, engineers, architects, you have to go to work and you're still keeping roza, you know your sawab will be more than the sawab of people like me who go to sleep throughout the day. It's easy for us to stay awake at night and sleep during the day. But for you, it's hard work, your sawab is more than our sawab. So keep your rozas properly and try and gain that sawab from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers, Ramadan is a month to seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all sinful. Our ruh and soul becomes dirty by sins. It's filthy, it's dirty, it's got sins in there, it's got gunas in there, disobedience, breaking the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We've missed so many namaz throughout the last year, from last Ramadan till now. We've missed so many fajrs, so many ishas, so many namazes. We've done so many wrong things, we've spoken so much evil. We've sinned with our eyes, with our tongues, with our ears. We've made our qalb, our heart, our soul filthy, dirty. We need to get rid of that dirt and filth. We need to cleanse our soul. We need to purify it. We need to clean it. And this cleansing and cleaning and purifying can only be done by seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By holding on and grasping these moments of forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a special month. Allah wants to forgive. Allah wants to emancipate people from the fire of Jahannam. Allah wants to free us from Jahannam. Allah wants to clean us. Now if we are careless, if we are neglectful, if we don't care, then why should Allah care? If we don't want forgiveness, Allah say, okay, go on your way. If you're careless, go on your way. You can do whatever you like. People today behave as though death is not going to come. As though on the graves there is written a place reserved only for senior citizens. My dear brothers, elders, ladies listening at home, in the Qabristan there is no such sign reserved for senior citizens. Young people also go. Men, women, old, young. Just as I was coming to Jami Masjid now, while driving, as I got here, I got a text. This young girl living in Leicester, who studied by us in Jamia in Bradford, Bukhari Sharif, she was alima, not very old, 2-3 children, small young children. She developed some liver cancer a few weeks ago, and just today on the first roza, she's died. Young girl. So you don't know when what's going to happen. We have to be prepared for that time which is inevitable. We have to go. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا لِبَشَرٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ الْخُلْدَ أَفَإِن مِتَّ فَهُمُ الْخَالِدُونَ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ وَنَبْلُوكُم بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً وَإِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Nobody's here forever. Everybody has to go. Remember that time. Don't keep enjoying. Don't keep wasting time. Don't keep neglecting Allah's commands. Be careful. Don't be careless. And show some respect and attention and ihtiram and adab and ta'zeem to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us the tawfiq to understand. My dear brothers, elders, sisters listening at home, as you have heard, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Roza has been prescribed for you just as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may gain taqwa. Roza is to gain this taqwa and develop and generate and increase our taqwa. Fear of Allah, constant awareness of Allah at the back of our mind. The realization that Allah is watching us. He is looking at us. He is watching our every move. He is hearing our every word. He's looking at us all the time, 24/7. Whether we are at home or at work, alone or in a gathering, wherever we are, whatever we do, Allah's watchful eyes are over us. This is called taqwa. We need to develop this taqwa within us, and Sawm is for this reason. Allah wants us to become muttaqi. Allah wants us to become parhezgar. Allah wants us to become fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if we keep our roza properly, then we will definitely develop this taqwa within us. Our taqwa will increase. But if we don't keep our roza properly, then there is no point. It's only getting some burden off our shoulders. Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi writes that those who keep roza fall into one of three categories. First category is of those people who stop eating, drinking, fulfilling their sexual desire from dawn till dusk. However, at the same time, their life is as it was before. The other sins, they continue to do. The sin of the eye, gazing around unlawfully towards nudity. And in our age today, maybe sitting at home, watching porn, na'uzubillah, on the TV, on the internet, on the mobiles, looking at dirty magazines, dirty pictures. Their life is the same as it was before, na'uzubillah. Listening to songs, the sins of the ears. They listen to songs in the same way as when they used to go to work. Before Ramadan, they go to work in the same manner. While they are driving half an hour, 45 minutes, the songs are on in the car, listening to music. And then when sitting in a gathering, then same manner of talking, no change in them, backbiting, abusing, insulting, swearing, and making people fight with one another at work or at home or wherever else. Their attitude, their life is as it was before, no change in them. Kamai, haram, they were earning haram money, still earning haram money. They haven't changed. They are still taking money from haram places, from maybe gambling, interest, or whatever sources. National lottery, playing that games, poker games, on the internet, at home, wherever, ladbrokes, horses, betting. All this haram money, they're still doing the same thing. But they're keeping roza, staying away from eating and drinking, whatever you have to stay away from. So Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi says that these people's roza and fasting will have no effect on their soul. They will only be getting this burden of roza away from their shoulders. The most that will happen to them is that on the day of Qiyamah, Allah won't ask them, why didn't you keep roza? Because they did keep roza. So they kept it, that's it, finished, full stop. Their duty is fulfilled, but there is no sawab for such people, because the sawab they gained from that roza, they've got rid of it and they wiped it out by the sins which they committed throughout the day. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has mentioned grave warnings for ghibat, backbiting. Al-ghibatu ashaddu min az-zina. Whereas we sit down and busy in ghibat. Ladies, elders, wherever. Today this ghibat is so rampant. Wherever we might be sitting somewhere, few people talking about someone here and there. So if this attitude does not change, if we don't bring any change in us, if we don't start putting the brakes on, when we get the urge to do ghibat, we stop. And we say, no, tawbah, astaghfirullah. I don't want to say a bad word about my fellow Muslim brother. I don't want to say a bad word about my neighbor, my saheli, my friend. I don't want to say a bad word about that person who's walking on the street. Even though you might be driving, he's doing something wrong, but you shouldn't say a bad word about him. He's a Muslim brother. Not even about non-Muslims as well. Because in order to control your tongue, you have to stop it from anything, any bad word, any evil talk about anyone, Muslim or non-Muslim. So just control your tongue. Control your eyes. Don't look at things which you shouldn't be looking at. If you can stay inside the home, stay inside the home. Don't go roaming around, shopping unnecessarily, window shopping, or going to parks over the weekends, or going for fresh air, or somewhere. In Ramadan, give up all this. Because when you go Blackpool, seaside, or when you go to park or somewhere, what's going to happen? Your eyes are going to do the zina. So protect yourself, take care of yourself. It's Ramadan, I want to change. So you want to bring that change in you, then you'll have to take some necessary steps. If you don't take those necessary steps, then the meaning and the point and the thawab and the main aim of the roza is gone. This is the first category with regards to roza fasting. Second category is those who, of course, make mistakes, sin, err throughout the year. But when Ramadan comes, they control themselves properly. And in Ramadan, they behave properly, they pray their 5 times salah properly, keep their fast properly, pray the taraweeh properly, and keep control of their tongue, their eyes, their ears, their hearts, and their minds, their hands, their feet, their private parts. Control over everything. no breaking of any commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi writes that these are people who will get the thawab of their rozas properly, inshallah. And when you keep your roza in this manner, slowly, slowly, 1 roza, 2 roza, 3 roza, 4 roza, 5, 6, 7, 8, then just as your mobile battery charges gradually, similarly, the level of your taqwa will keep charging as well, until by the end of Ramadan, the level of your taqwa will be full, inshallah, and you will become a muttaqi, parhezgar person. And we need this taqwa, my dear brothers. You read in Quran the fazail, virtues of taqwa. When Allah mentions taqwa, Allah likes this taqwa. He wants us to become muttaqi. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ وَيُعْظِمْ لَهُ أَجْرًا وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Taqwa, 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 parhezgari, parhezgari, become muttaqi, become parhezgar. When you get this taqwa, إِنَّ الْمُتَّقِينَ فِي جَنَّاتٍ وَنَهَرٍ فِي مَقْعَدِ صِدْقٍ عِنْدَ مَلِيكٍ مُقْتَدِرٍ إن المتقين في ظلال وعيون وفواكه مما يشتهون كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين. And you read إن المتقين إن المتقين إن المتقين في جنات وعيون آخذين ما آتاهم ربهم إنهم كانوا قبل ذلك محسنين كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون وبالأسحار هم يستغفرون وفي أموالهم حق للسائل والمحروم. So when you get this taqwa, you become muttaqi person, then you've got basharat upon basharat, good news upon good news. Allah is extremely happy with you. Allah will be kind to you. Allah will be generous to you. Allah is Arhamur Rahimeen. He is Akramul Akrameen. He will bless you and He will shower His rahmah and mercy upon you, provided you get this taqwa in you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us this taqwa. Say Ameen. May Allah give us tawfiq to keep roza properly. Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi goes on to say, the third type of people are those who not only stop sinning in the month of Ramadan, whose whole life is free from sin. And these people in the month of Ramadan, throughout the day, 24 hours, they are busy in dhikrullah. Dhikrullah. Tilawat of Kalam-e-Pak, tasbihat, astaghfar, durood sharif, obedience to Allah, amr bil ma'roof, nahi anil munkar, whatever they can do, they are busy in the remembrance of Allah, in those things that are connected to Allah. These are akhassul khawas. These people are those who are the blessed souls. They are the awliyaullah. Ala inna awliya Allah لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون لهم البشرى في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة لا تبديل لكلمات الله ذلك هو الفوز العظيم إن أولياؤه إلا المتقون ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. My dear brothers, don't think that this is far-fetched or it's really hard for us. No, my dear brothers, we can all busy ourselves in zikrullah. We can all stay in zikrullah throughout the day. MashaAllah, there are many youngsters who go to work. And during the lunch hour, because they are fasting, they can't eat or drink. So the lunch hour, they spend in either resting a little bit and then reading Quran on the computer in the office. They go onto websites in which there is the 13-line Quran, like on interislam.org. They go on there and with that mouse they are reading the Quran. They don't need to have wudu to read the Quran because you're not touching it. You're scrolling through the pages with the mouse, so you don't need to have wudu for it. Throughout the lunch hour they are busy in reading the Quran. And when they come home, have a little bit of rest and then come to the masjid, read Quran, mashallah. In the masjid, mashallah, Jami Masjid's mahol is very good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve this mahol and this environment of tilawat kalam-e-Pak. May Allah accept all your ibadat and all your a'mal. So, my dear brothers, the third category is of these people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala join us with this third category. That we also busy ourselves in zikrullah throughout the day, throughout the month of Ramadan. My dear brothers, some people sometimes ask, Maulana Sahab, what are the benefits of fasting and roza? Alhamdulillah, we gave a speech in London over the weekend, and that's on our website. You can go and listen to it, and it's been transcribed and it's You can read it as well if you want on our website tafsirrahimi.com. We mentioned nearly 10, 12 faidas and benefits of roza, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us and instructs us to fast throughout the month of Ramadan. Hikmat क्या है, फ़ायदा क्या है रोज़े का, उसमें 10-12 फ़ायदे हमने नक़ल किए. सबसे पहला फ़ायदा, हम लोग because we are, we want something. When we do something, we want something. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, of course you will get something by keeping roza. What is that? He said in the hadith of Tabarani, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Sumu tasihhu. Keep roza and you will regain your health. By keeping roza, you will become healthy. How? Well, it's easy to understand in our terms. Dieting. Why do people go on diet? Because they want to get healthy. So Ramadan is a good month to diet. If you've got some excess fat, there's some tires in your body, and you want to get rid of them, then Ramadan is a good time to do that. So you can regain your good health. Throughout the year, we eat too much throughout the 11 months, especially in today's environments, eating out, takeaways, restaurants, junk food, McDonald's, burgers, whatever this here and that, toba toba, astaghfirullah. So you want to gain your health, then you have to keep your belly empty for a little while so that that digestive system can become stronger. And then you put some nice, tayyib, wholesome food in there, it digests it quite quickly, and the excess fat is burnt away, the taqat and the energy and the strength remains in your body. This is one of the wisdoms of fasting. Number 2, there are many, many poor people throughout the world. We can't provide for each and every single one. The least we can do is stay hungry and thirsty for a little while so we can think about them. Maybe we can pray for them, that what they must be going through. We're going to get some nice food at iftar, but they might not be seeing food at iftar. Their iftar never comes. Not even in the evening, not even on the Eid day, not even after that. They are going through those hard times. We pray for the people of Syria, for the people of Egypt, for the people of African countries which are very poor, destitute, for all the world, the poor people of the world. We can think about them and pray, make dua for them. This is one of the hikmats why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to keep roza. Also, among the hikmats is forgiveness of sins, which we've just mentioned. That by roza, when you keep your roza properly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives your sins. Also, among the hikmats is developing taqwa, which we've just mentioned. By keeping roza properly, slowly, your taqwa level increases. My dear brothers, we have a habit of eating too much, and we can never say no. When we are sitting down to eat, lao bhai aur lao, chai bhi lao, dessert bhi lao, papad bhi lao, samosa bhi lao, ye bhi lao, wo bhi lao. So we eat, we don't say no. So we have to learn to say no. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through roza is teaching us how to say no. That sometimes we have to say no as well. Even with regards to halal things. Sometimes something is halal, but we can't do it. Let's say when you start your salah and you feel like eating something, can you eat during the salah? No, you have to say no. You can't eat during the salah. If you have chewing gum or something in your mouth, you have to take it out. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us that sometimes something is halal for you. Many clothes are halal for you, but you shouldn't wear them. Nobody is going to say this cloth is haram for you, but it's not good for you, so you have to say no, I'm not going to wear it because it doesn't look good on me. It's against the Islamic hidayat, so don't wear it. And many clothes are good for you, you have to wear them. Like for example, topi. Keep your head covered, my dear brothers. Topi is a sunnah. Some people feel revolutionaries by not wearing topi. That's not the case. You are reducing the thawab of your salah. If you don't wear topi and pray namaz, your thawab of your namaz is reduced. Because wearing topi is sunnah, and when you pray your namaz according to sunnah, your thawab increases. And if you do against sunnah, your thawab decreases. That is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith, many people pray salah, but they only get 1/10 of their thawab. Some get 1/9, 1/8, 1/7, 1/6, 1/5, 1/4, 1/3. Some people get half. Very few people get full thawab of the salah. Because the thawab starts reducing by things that are contrary to the aim of the salah. For example, wuzu is not proper, Paki safai is not proper, your khushu, khuzu, your dhyan, istihzar is not there, then your sawab reduces. By every element, your sawab gets reduced. So among those is, if you keep your head uncovered, then your sawab reduces. So why should you reduce your sawab by not wearing topi? When something has been recommended, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to wear topi. Not only topi, he used to wear imama. So wear imama if you can. If you can't, then at least topi. If some people say Arabs don't wear topi, we say, okay, have you seen the Arab imams? Have you ever seen them bareheaded reading salah in Makkah? No, their head is always covered with topi, and then upon that is the rumal over it. So even they know that wearing topi is sunnah, covering the head is sunnah. So, my dear brothers, there are many things which go against our desire, our nafs, but we have to do them. This is the training of Ramadan. That many things your nafs wants, many things your nafs doesn't want, but you have to control your nafs and you have to go according to the sunnah and sharia of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is training us through this Ramadan and through this Roza, that we develop this taqwa, we think about other people, we regain our good health, and all these masalih and hikmat of keeping Roza. My dear brothers, now we want to move on to a little bit about the masail of Roza. But I think we'll have to leave that for some other time. Let me just go over a few masail. Maybe if we get time, inshallah, then later on as well. We need to learn the masail as well. You know, just today I got this few things, questions. For example, one person, bichara, he was just mentioning his bimari, that he's got some problem with kidney, and Maulana Sahib, he said, I can't do istinja until I drink water. If I pass water without drinking anything, then my kidney gets dry and I fall ill. Doctor said I can't do that. I have to drink water before I go to pass water. So I have to wait until iftar, and then after iftar, I have to drink one full glass of water, then I can go to pass water. Even if I feel the need now, I can't go. He met me around about 4, 5 o'clock, and he said, I have to wait till iftar. So there are people ill out there with these types of masail. We pray for him. Some other masail, someone came to Mufti Shabir Saab's house and he said, Mufti Saab, is it true that while you are fasting, you can't fulfill your desire with your wife? I said, of course. Your roza breaks if you fulfill your desire. He said, well, I didn't know that masla. I thought you just can't eat and drink. So I would avoid eating and drinking. I am newly married. Last 2 Ramazans I spent in that manner. Roza is broken. He doesn't know the masla properly. Someone just sent in a text today that young couple, they start caressing one another, and then some discharge fluid comes out. Is their roza broken? Of course, if it's money, then roza is broken. If you just look and you get inzal and the money comes out, ejaculate, then roza doesn't break. But if you touch, if you hug, if you kiss, and then the money ejaculates, then your roza is broken. So you need to learn these masail. So I will just go over a few masail, and so you can understand. First of all, the importance of niyat. You have to make niyat. Alhamdulillah, when we get up for sahri, we make niyat that I'm going to keep roza today. If you stay hungry just or thirsty throughout the day without making niyat, your roza will not be accepted. Moving on. Let's go just according to the human anatomy, our body, from the mouth. First of all, we have to understand that roza breaks with things that go inside our body, not with things that come out of our body, except in 2 instances. One is the money, ejaculation, and the second is vomiting. A person vomits deliberately, and he vomits mouthful. He puts his fingers inside and deliberately vomits. And the mouthful, then his roza is broken. But if it's less than mouthful, then roza will not be broken. This is when you vomit deliberately. But unintentionally, someone is sick and he keeps vomiting and vomit comes out, then it doesn't matter. Whether it is mouthful or less than mouthful, roza will not break. So you understand that things that go inside the body break the roza, not things that come out, except in 2 instances. Number is when semen comes out of your private part and you take it out deliberately, either by caressing, by hugging, kissing, or by sexual intercourse, or by masturbation, or any way then your roza will break. However, if you had a wet dream in your sleep and your semen came out, that does not affect the roza, because it's out of your ikhtiyar, it's unintentional. So these two instances, something fluid is coming out of the body, and in both instances where there is deliberate intentional, your roza will be broken. Otherwise, those things that go inside the body, they break the roza. For example, from the mouth, anything that goes through the mouth into your tummy will break your roza. Therefore, don't keep any dentist appointment in Ramadan, because when you go there, is cleaning and something goes inside, your roza will be broken. So dentist appointments should be before Ramadan or after Ramadan, because if he's cleaning or whatever, something is being done, goes inside, your roza will break. Swallowing someone else's saliva. You kiss your wife and you swallow her saliva, your roza will break. If you gather your own saliva in your mouth and you swallow it, your roza will not break. Unless you take that spit out of your mouth into your hand and then you swallow it, then your roza will break. Otherwise, if it was inside and it went inside, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you sit down for wuzu and then there's nice cold water and you gargle your mouth and then you take a little bit inside, your roza will break. Because that's water, you're taking foreign body inside. If something goes, you took it all out and you feel some coolness down there, it's okay. It might not affect. But if you deliberately took some inside and it went down and you could feel that over here is nice thirst, mashallah, coolness, then your roza is at risk. So be careful. That is why the fuqaha say in roza you shouldn't gargle very thoroughly. Gargle lightly. Whether it's during wuzu or during ghusl. Even during ghusl, if you're doing ghusl 10 o'clock in the morning having a shower, then you should not gargle thoroughly, gargle very lightly, so that there is no risk of any water going down your throat. Also, hookah, smoking. If someone smokes hookah, you should not take hookah even during normal times as well. Smoking, get rid of that habit. Ramadan is a good time to get rid of your smoking habit. Someone asked today on the text, Maulana Sahab, can we put those, those patches on? Kya bolte hain, nicotine patches, so that it can help stop smoking. I said, yes, you can. Because there's nothing going inside your stomach or inside your brain, so you can use those nicotine patches if you want to. The main thing is willpower. If your willpower is strong, you can get rid of that habit. So if you smoke or if you take hookah, your roza will break. This is also intentional. If there is unintentional, for example, a lady is cooking in the kitchen and some smoke or steam goes inside through her nose or through her mouth, then that will not affect the roza. Because in India, Pakistan, you see there is wood, they have to cook with wood like we do on barbecue. And there is so much smoke in the kitchen, so their roza is not affected. Smoking only breaks it if you take it deliberately. If you light an agarbatti or something and then you inhale that smoke, then your roza will break. Because you're doing it deliberately. Unintentionally, your roza will not break. Chewing gum. If someone chews any gum during the roza, it will break because that sweet taste, it goes inside your stomach with the saliva. Swallowing some stone or mud. If you swallow any stone, mud, your roza will break. If a fly goes inside, you were yawning, and makhi went inside, then that will not break the roza because it's out of your control. Asthma pump. If someone is an asthma patient and he has to take that asthma pump during the day, then our fuqaha say that yes, roza breaks with it. Because in the asthma pump, there's not only oxygen, there's medicine in there as well. And it goes inside. So when it goes inside, breaks the roza. Now, if someone is a very heavy asthmatic patient and he can't, every day he has to take, every now and then what does he do? Either he could try and keep the roza, and if he has to break it, then he can make qaza during the wintry months when the days are shorter. And if he can't do that, then there might be some possibility, our Sufi Tahir Sahib said, that try and avoid it as much as you can, but if your life is at risk and you have to take it and give fidya of that roza at the same time. Keep the roza as well and give fidya of it as well. So maybe for those whose lives are at risk, not for normal asthma patients, those whose lives are at risk, we can maybe make some way out for them in this manner. We've finished the mouth bit. Now moving on to the nose. If you take some snuff, like in winter you take Vicks, or when you have cold or flu and you take that snuff and it goes right up to the brain, your rosa will break. Similarly, any other medicine you put in your nose and it reaches the brain, your rosa will break. Steam taking. If someone, steam taking, a bucket of hot water, put some Vicks in there, put a towel, and then take the steam inside, it goes through your nose, up to your brain, your rosa will break. Ears. To put medicine in your ears, your rosa will break. Oil, rosa will break. However, if you were having a shower and water went inside, your rosa will not break. It's out of your, what you call, ikhtiyar and intention, and out of your control. Genitals. We've just mentioned, just moving on, smear test. If a lady goes for smear test and the doctor inserts the hand and the hand is dry, rosa will not break. However, if there is some gel on the doctor's hand, rosa will break. Or if the doctor reinserts, then rosa will break, because some discharge and sticky substance will go back inside and the rosa will break. Similarly, if a man has problem urinating and uses catheter, inserts the catheter, then foreign body is going inside, rosa will break or not? There is ikhtilaf between Abu Yusuf and Muhammad. There can be some, the reason is that does the catheter go right into the belly, or does it go into the mathana, the bladder? If the bladder is the barrier, then it's not going into the belly, it will not break the rosa. So based on that, we can give fatwa on that using catheter will not break the rosa. Try and avoid it, use it at night, but if you have to use it during the day, then maybe, inshallah, if it's a sick person, there will be some loophole for it. Anus. If someone has an enema during the day in rosa, then the medicine is going up to the stomach, directly inside the stomach, rosa will break. Similarly, if someone's got piles, and doctor has given him some creams, and he applies that cream, and the cream goes inside, then the rosa will break. So avoid that during the rosa. So we've covered the mouth, the nose, the ears, genitals, anus, anything that goes. The general rule is things that go either in the stomach or that go inside the brain, that's what breaks the rosa. Do you understand the general rule? Now, injection. Does injection go right inside the stomach or the brain, or does it go into the veins, bloodstream? It goes in the bloodstream. It's not going direct inside the belly. So injection will not break your rosa. Even if you were to take some glucose injection, unless if someone had a stroke and they open a hole over here and they put a tube and the tube is going direct inside the belly, then the rosa breaks, because that tube and that food is going inside. Or if some injection goes right into the stomach, then the rosa will break. But normal injection will not break the rosa. Blood test. You go for a blood test and the hospital nurse takes your blood, it doesn't break your rosa, because something is coming out. Nothing is going in your stomach, nor is it going into your brain, so it will not break the rosa. Similarly, discharge, mazi. Thinking about the opposite sex, and you just get some discharge. Remember the difference between mazi and mani. The semen and discharge, there is a difference between the two. So semen comes out after excitement, and that excitement fades away. But mazi, it just comes out discharge. Sometimes you feel some sticky substance with urine as well, or sometimes if you go constipation and you have to press yourself really hard, and then the sticky substance comes out with your urine as well. So this sticky substance does not break the rosa. Only that sexual nature, and after that ejaculation of semen does your rosa break. So you have to understand the difference. Shower, you can have shower during rosa if you want to. You can want to apply some oil on your head, malish, you can do that. Surma, you can use the surma as well. If your gums start to bleed and you spit the gum out, your rosa doesn't break. But if you swallow that blood, then your rosa will break. So make sure that your gums don't bleed and take care of them. Tears or sweat going down throat. If some tears went down your throat or you were sweating and something, your lips, your sweat went inside, will not break the roza because it's out of control. Miswak. Miswak will not break the roza. In fact, it's mustahab to do miswak during roza. Toothbrush, if you apply toothpaste on it and then you do the toothbrush, then your roza is at risk, because the taste of that toothpaste and that mint will go inside, so your roza is at risk. We won't say it's broken, but it's risky, so avoid it. Do your toothbrush before your roza starts. And if you want to do your toothbrush use it during the day, then just use toothbrush without the toothpaste, just as you would use miswak. So miswak and toothbrush, empty toothpaste, you would be alright, but with toothpaste, your roza will be at risk. So these are some things which break the roza, which do not break the roza. I will just very quickly go on to things that are makruh and mustahab during the roza. Makruh, gathering your own saliva and swallowing it. Number 2, tasting salt in food without genuine reason for ladies. Or maybe chewing the food to feed the baby is makruh. Even you don't swallow it, but it's makruh. Don't do it unless it's extremely necessary. Using toothpaste or manjan, which we've just covered. Women applying lipstick when there is risk of that lipstick going down the throat, is makruh to apply lipstick during the day. Caressing wife when risk of fast being broken, especially when you're newlywed. If you start hugging, kissing, it could lead to other things, so don't do it. Hard labor work which weakens the body. Try and reduce your hours of work during the month of Ramadan so that you can benefit from your roza. Acts of disobedience and guna and sinning while fasting, ghibat, jood, etc. Exaggerating gargling. Delaying suhoor until doubtful time. Women keeping nafil roza without husband's permission. This is outside Ramadan. The mustahab things of roza. To take suhoor is mustahab, it's good. And to have it late in the night is also mustahab. Many people just eat after Isha and go to sleep and then get up for Fajr. That should not be the case. Try and get up for Sehri and eat some Sehri. It's mustahab, it's sunnat, good to do so. You might pray a few rakats tahajjud at that time as well. So pray a few rakats tahajjud. To keep busy during the day in tilawat, zikr, durood, istighfar is mustahab. To spend with generosity upon relatives, orphans and the poor is mustahab. To perform tahajjud, ishraq, chash, nawafil is mustahab. To perform i'tikaf in the last ashara is sunnat. To keep busy in dua, especially at the time of iftar. To do iftar quickly. To do iftar with dates. And to take dates in odd numbers, 1, 3, 5. To read masnoon dua of iftar is also among the mustahabbat and desired things of roza. And roza during journey when there is no harm is also preferable. Someone texted, Maulana Sahab, I travel from London to Bradford every day, so I am a musafir. Do I have to keep roza? Of course you have to keep roza. You're not going to miss roza for this flimsy reason. No, you must keep it. Koi problem nahi hai. Sahabas used to keep roza when Rasulullah was traveling for Ghazwa Badr and for Fateh Makkah. In that heat of that desert, in the mountains, he was keeping roza. So you have to keep your roza. Don't look for small flimsy excuses in order to avoid roza. So keep your rozas properly. These are a few masail of the roza which we have covered. Now we have a few minutes to do dua. I will request Hazrat Maulana Anwar Alam Sahab tashrif laएं और दुआ फरमा दें. Jazakumullahu khairul jaza wa ahsanal ata. Sorry for taking too much time. I didn't intend to take so much time. I wanted to finish at 9:30, but because the masails were taking place, that's why. दुआ कर लो. अच्छा भाई लाइन में जरा बैठ जाएं ताकि पानी तकसीम करना इजी रहे. हजरत दुआ फरमाएंगे.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू. बुज़ुर्गों, भाइयों, अजीज़ों, इंतहाई खुश नसीबी की बात है कि अल्लाह ने रमज़ान इनायत फरमाया है. अब हम सब का कमाल ये होगा कि हम सब लोग इसकी कदर कर लें, इसको ज़ाया ना करें. अमली तौर पर, इरादे के तौर पर, हर एतबार से आप नीयत भी करें, इरादा भी करें और खूब मजबूत नीयत करें, इखलास की नीयत करें और हिम्मत करके اپنے کام کو، اپنے عمل کو اللہ ہی کی خوشنودی کے لیے کرنے کی کوشش کریں۔ اگر آپ ارادہ کریں گے، نیت کریں گے، اور آج سے جو رمضان کا پہلا روزہ ہے، آپ ایسا کرو کہ اپنے دنیا کے سارے کاموں کو اگر آپ ارادہ کر لو گے تو انشاءاللہ وہ سارا کام آپ کا عبادت میں شمار ہو جائے گا۔ ایک حدیث کا مضمون ہے، ذرا غور فرمائیے۔ آدمی مسجد سے نماز پڑھ کے نکلتا ہے، اپنے کام میں جاتا ہے، لیکن دل کے اندر ایک ارادہ اور ایک سوچ، ایک فکر رہتی ہے کہ مجھے پھر مسجد لوٹ کے جانا ہے۔ وہ اتنا ہی مسجد سے نکل کے جاتا ہے اور مسجد آنے کی دل میں فکر ہوتی ہے، صرف اتنا۔ اس کی اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ اتنی قدر فرماتے ہیں، اتنی قدر فرماتے ہیں کہ ایسے فکر کرنے والے کو اللہ تعالیٰ قیامت کے دن عرش کے سایہ میں جگہ عنایت فرمائے۔ تو میرے دوستوں، میرے بزرگوں، یہ مہینہ کمائی کا ہے۔ ہر چیز میں کمائی کیجئے، آخرت کی ہر چیز میں۔ مسجد آئیے، مسجد سے جائیے، آنے کی نیت کیجئے، مسجد میں داخل ہوئیے تو وہ ساری سنتوں پر عمل کرتے ہوئے داخل ہوئیے، اعتکاف کی نیت کرتے ہوئے داخل ہوئیے۔ کام تو کریں گے تھوڑا، لیکن نیکی ڈھیر سارا کمائیں گے انشاءاللہ۔ اللہ توفیق دے، دعا فرمائیں۔ اللہم صلی علی سیدنا و مولانا محمد وعلی آل سیدنا و مولانا محمد کما صلیت علی سیدنا ابراہیم وعلی آل سیدنا ابراہیم انک حمید مجید۔ مولا کریم، آپ نے کرم فرمایا، آپ نے رحم فرمایا کہ آپ نے یہ نعمت عظمیٰ کو ہم جیسے بندوں کو عنایت فرمایا ہے۔ مولا، جس کرم سے آپ نے اس نعمت عظمیٰ کو عنایت فرمایا، مزید کرم فرما کر ہم سب کو اس کی قدردانی کی توفیق عنایت فرمائے۔ کوئی وقت ہم سے ضائع نہ ہو مولا، ان کی تمام ساعتوں کی قدردانی کی توفیق عنایت فرمائیے۔ ہمارے بڑوں کو، ہمارے بچوں کو، ہماری عورتوں کو، ہمارے مردوں کو، ہمارے جوانوں کو، ہر ایک کو قدردانی کی توفیق عنایت فرمائے۔ یا اللہ، ناقدری سے ہمیں بچا لیجیے۔ یا اللہ، ناقدری سے ہمیں بچا لیجیے۔ یا اللہ، ہمیں روزہ رکھنے کی بھی توفیق دیجیے، اور جملہ فرائض، واجبات اور سنن کے ادا کرنے کی بھی توفیق دیجیے۔ یا اللہ، تلاوت کلام پاک کی بھی توفیق دیجیے، اور ہر کام میں اخلاص دیجیے۔ یا اللہ، اپنے کرم سے ہمارے روزوں کو بھی قبول فرمائیے، ہماری جملہ عبادتوں کو قبول فرمائیے۔ مولا، ہمارا عمل جیسا کچھ بھی ہے آپ جانتے ہیں، اور ہمیں بھی اندازہ ہے، بہت ہی نکما ہے، لیکن مولا تو اگر اس کا دام لگا دے گا، تو اگر اس کی قدر کر لے گا تو مولا تیرا کرم ہوگا، اور تو کرم ہی کے عادی ہے، ہمیشہ کرم فرماتا رہا ہے۔ مولا، ہمارے ٹوٹے پھوٹے اعمال کو قبول فرما۔ ریا سے، نام نمود سے، شہرت سے، یا اللہ لایانی باتوں سے، یا اللہ غیبت سے، جھوٹ سے، وہیات و خرافات سے، فضول باتوں کو کرنے سے ہماری حفاظت فرمائیے۔ یا اللہ، ہماری حفاظت فرمائیے۔ اللہ، ہماری حفاظت فرمائیے۔ یا اللہ، ہمیں پاک کر دیجیے، ہمیں پاک۔ تیرے نبی نے فرمایا، پہلی رات جو ماہ مبارک کی عبادت میں گزارتا ہے تو اللہ اس کو بخشائے زندگی گزارنے کی توفیق دیتا ہے۔ مولا، ہمیں بخش دیجیے، ہمیں بخشائے زندگی گزارنے کی توفیق دیجیے۔ ہمارے ماں باپ کو یا اللہ بخش دیجیے، ہمارے زندوں کو بخش دیجیے، ہمارے مرحومین کو بخش دیجیے۔ یا اللہ، ہر ایک کی بخشش کا سامان فرما دیجیے۔ ربنا تقبل منا انک انت السمیع العلیم، وصلی اللہ تعالی علی سیدنا محمد وآلہ اجمعین برحمتک۔